Okay, so topic today is appointing directors and shareholders to a private limited company. So the common scenario we have is someone who's started a company from scratch themselves. They're the original founding subscriber shareholder and also the initial director of the company. And they've got perhaps the first employee who's become very key, important, and they want to give that person shares and appoint them also as a director, co-director of the company. So there's a number of issues to consider when that happens, and I'll just highlight some of the key points. So if you're going to gift, issue, transfer shares, there are possible tax implications with that. Something that needs careful thought and consideration, particularly if the company has developed quite a bit and there's arguably a material valuation. So HMRC have something called employment-related securities, and if, for example, you're gifting shares to an employee and that company, those shares could arguably be worth quite a lot of money, then HMRC see this as them losing out on possibly quite a lot of income tax. So they tax the undervalue, what they might perceive as the undervalue of those shares, as if it is income. So therefore you defeat the whole purpose of incentivizing that employee with shares if you don't get the right advice and it's not structured correctly. So there are alternatives, there are ways to deal with that issue, including HMRC approved EMI share option schemes, but that's a whole other topic. We'll leave that issue there. The other thing is, once this person's got shares, what happens if they leave? Very common scenario. So you really got to get a good shareholders agreement and a really good what you call good and bad leaver provisions clauses in that shareholders agreement. So you are completely covered if you fall out or for whatever reason something happens in that person's life and they effectively walk away. They don't have any working involvement in the company anymore. And then thirdly, I think the other issue is that you've got them as a shareholder owner, they've got shares in the company, possibly, then they're also director. So that's their role in the company. And if you and one other person as director, arguably all decisions have to be made by the board of directors, and you've got deadlock between you all the time. So you have to put provisions in a director service contract, ideally, which will limit the role of that new director you're bringing it in. So it will make it clear which key decisions are perhaps reserved for you as the initial founding shareholder director, and also where you are devolving responsibility, decision-making ability to that new co-director, where perhaps you're just happy for them to get on and make certain decisions on behalf of the company without having to come to you and get every single decision approved by the two directors. Also, provisions in the shareholders agreement can cover that scenario. Again, it can be a big topic, but important to get advice and important to have everything documented as well as can be and discussed and agreed between you.